Even though it's a lot of drama that's surrounding Nine name right now, we can't act like before and after this situation, he still is the most talked about in underground, or one of the most talked. Going all the way back to when he dropped his first track that really popped off called You Fancy.
Oh, you fancy, huh? You buy tags, huh? You got rigs, huh? Come throw your
and all the way to now, he done made some huge progress. He done dropped 3 projects and 5 singles on streaming platforms, 4 projects on his archive page, and both albums that he dropped recently are streaming very well, especially for his size, you know what I'm saying? Like for example, Studio Addict. That project itself made me realize that it made me escape the current sound that everybody's using in our scene. There isn't distortion or cranky 808s like the usual, you know what I'm saying? Which is nothing wrong with that, but there are songs like F&N that become very catchy the minute you hear it.
Buddha, pray to God, but I don't pray to Buddha. Praying to God, but I don't pray to Buddha. Praying to God, but I don't pray to Buddha.
And there's also tracks where I can really feel the transitions, the samples.
Slick. Oh, you gonna love me. Why? Say why? In the studio, I can't never stop.
The Say What ad-libs, and definitely the inspiration that he has for, you know, some of our favorite artists. Because when you listen to Tokyo or Ye, like those songs, you can really feel them. Beautiful samples.
Feel like she got me jumping up. Say why? I don't think I can do this really anymore.
And before Tumblr music really shows you that he's picking up the energy, all right, and getting comfortable with that current sound that he has. And there are songs like Slime Business where he's yelling and shit like he got something to prove.
Slide you put up that bag. Slide you put up that. Hold on. Slide you put up that bag. Slide you put up that bag.
But it sounds good. And instead of making a casual, emotional tracks to share his condolences and his appreciation to Lil Key, he instead shows it by dropping a track where you can actually hear the Key inspiration. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm finna be big as fuck. Yeah, I'm finna pop.
And this ain't a sad track. This is like a really good, catchy track. And speaking of inspiration, that's where Nine really comes to play. Even when you look at his whole appearance, you can tell that he's inspired by Thug. Everybody knows that. And it's even got to a point where he's also being talked about on TikTok or Twitter just because of his looks. I'm seeing people compare him to Sexy Red and Thug or Rocky, saying that if you try to look this way or you do look that way, you're gonna blow up. And Nine is like the perfect definition of I'm not trying to be funny about ATL or anything like that, because I love ATL, okay? He really just defines the whole look of what ATL got going on, and you can just tell that he's inspired by where he lives, you feel me, or where he's from. Because personally, I don't have anything against it. I'm not doing it myself, but people don't like the fact that he has French tips and edges and stuff on his hair. And overall, you can just tell that people really care about this new image so much. And it only picks up once you discover his music, because you realize that he's overly inspired by the whole YSL and even Thug. And you can just tell throughout his music, he pays a lot of homage to them.
I try to pay homage. I try to pay homage. I ain't trying to be like nobody.
Even with his lines, all that, his cover arts, you can see the inspiration, you know? And that brings me to my next point, because over time, if you really listen to Nine, then you know he mentions YSL a lot.
YSL slat. YSL slat.
Slat, slime, I could go all day.
I got on this spider white, straight for spider white.
But you get it, you feel me? And I'm not even saying that a lot of people don't, but we didn't heard rumors that he's very close to Thug and also even signed to them. And a lot of people were trying to deny it because honestly, it wasn't confirmed by anybody. You had a lot of people saying, bro, anybody can record at Thug studio, or anybody can model for Spider. And you know, people just really didn't like the fact that he's possibly that next guy that's signed to YSL. And after all the drama that he's been in recently, we actually received some news that he actually did sign to them. And now you're probably wondering, okay, how do we know this? Lil Got It, the rapper and a brother of Lil Key, who's a part of YSL but not technically signed, said it himself that Thug just signed Nine Vicious, or in his words, Slime just signed Nine Vicious, also making it known that he probably has a song with Keed. So instead of me chatting, let's go ahead and check this out real quick. So here's a tweet right here. You can see
most of most of the song is like his song, and I put a verse on it, but I probably add a verse to like 3 songs. But the rest of the songs like we already done been did.
Yeah.
Then I got him a solo on there. Then I got me a solo song on there.
Okay. How many songs?
I gave him 20. Key got about like 300 songs, man. I gave him like 20 on. And I put Ty Dolla Signs on there, T Grizzly, and Nine Vicious, artist Slime just signed.
Yeah.
He hard. Wave.
And even though I made a TikTok about this, I told y'all that I'm very curious to see how this is gonna go, because honestly, I haven't been tuned in with YSL since probably like 2 years ago. And we all know that things have definitely changed for them even after that case. And when Keed and Gunna was around, that was one of my favorite groups out, besides 00 and etc, you know. But you know, now we looking at a whole new gen, you feel me? You got Young KO, you got 1300 Saint, and probably even more that we don't even know about. But since Nine is being added, I feel like it's definitely gonna be more anticipation for the artist besides just Thug, you know what I'm saying? Of course, there's more people, but honestly, Young KO has been around for like a minute. I remember he was around when Yeet was just getting started, you feel me? And with 1300 Saint, he's still making his way, and I've been in tune lately, and he just released a project creating some noise around his name. But overall, we know that he is still building. But with Nine, it's obvious that he has the most hype, and he's probably the most easiest rapper to get into right now. And yeah, you can say that he's heavily inspired inspired by this guy or that guy, whatever. But once you escape that mindset of not playing a person music because of that and actually trying to be somewhat open-minded instead of just bashing that rapper and just giving his music a try, you can actually escape that mindset and enjoy the music that he's putting out there. Of course, it's gonna look corny right now, you feel me? But I feel like people gonna look back on this and be like, you know what? I understand, it was okay. Not everybody gonna be original. That's just how it is. And we done seen it with this whole new gen of artists. I don't think it's a huge problem with that, but that's just how it is. And even though 9 is still at a weird state right now, and I'm not saying that's okay or whatever, but he's still gonna have people that play his music. Nothing gonna really change because those same people that's trying to expose him are the same ones streaming his music, okay? I've been seeing that he's gaining more and more streams, more conversation, and more followers just because everybody's talking about him. And it might not be because of something good, and I'm definitely not sticking up for him. But let's be real, it's not like y'all don't play Can, Autumn, or Summer's music, or even more people in the mainstream. Like, come on, bro. And of course, I just made some videos about 9 where I didn't speak about some good situations with him. But I told y'all before, I might talk about the bad, but I'm gonna talk about the good too, you feel me? And this year definitely gonna be big for 9, just based off the fact that he has a good portion of music and he hasn't performed yet. And here's the thing with 9, he doesn't get away for long, you feel me? He stays so consistent and he just knows how to keep his fans excited for anything that he finna put out. Even if he not dropping on streaming platform, he might drop some on his archive page, you know? And there's definitely no telling what he got playing with YSL, but I'm sure it's gonna be crazy. The next big thing for him is Tubba music, so he's kind of been quiet working on that, but I can't lie, I'm still excited to see how this play out. And even though it's a lot going on with his name, which isn't okay, you feel me, doesn't make the situation any right. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about 9 signing with YSL. Have y'all tuned in with his music? Have y'all gave it a try? Is anybody still listening to him? Y'all let me know how y'all feel in the comments, man. But yeah, I'm done chatting. Make sure y'all follow my IG right now. I love y'all so much. Y'all stay blessed. Peace.